great when it works.
We're live, Adam. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Bill, ready?
Ready.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Northampton Township Board of Supervisors meeting for Wednesday, April 28th, 2021. Call the meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance.
Flag,
Flag
United States
of
of
the
America,
United States of America, and
to
to
the
the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have no flag presentations tonight. Before we start, we do have a couple of special presentations. Just like to remind the public, if you'd like to make public comment, you'll have two opportunities for that this evening. First opportunity will be after our special presentations, limited to agenda items only. If you'd like to make a comment about either of the agenda items, please email to publiccomment@nhtwp.org. Put the subject in the subject which item you'd like to speak about, and in the body of the email, please put your name and address for the record. Will also be a second opportunity for public comment at the end of the meeting. That's open public comment. And again, please email to publiccomment@nhtwp.org. You don't have to put the title of your subject in the subject matter, but you would have to put your name and address in the body for the record. If you don't want to speak, if you would like me to read your comment, you can email to the same email address, something around 300 words, and I will read it into the record. I'll read your comment. So with that, I'd like to start out. We have a few special presentations and some proclamations for some of our service agencies that occur in May. I'm going to start out, and I'm just going to recognize Chief Jason Dowd is on with us, and he is the chief of Trihampton Rescue Squad, who is Northampton Township's emergency medical service provider. And the reason Jason's on with us today is May 16th through the 22nd is Emergency Medical Services Week. And we would like to just have a proclamation, and I won't read the whole proclamation, but I'll just put a couple of points out. First and foremost, everybody knows our emergency medical services teams are ready to provide life-saving care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. These folks provide quality emergency care that dramatically improve the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness. In addition to the Trihampton Rescue Squad, there are many other first responders, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, EMTs, firefighters, police officers that all roll up under emergency medical services. We are very fortunate to have one of the best, and I'm prejudiced, probably the best rescue squad in the county, in Trihampton. Their leadership is phenomenal, and they provide excellent service to our residents. And with that, I would like to proclaim, now therefore, I, Adam Selisker, Township Supervisor and 2021 Board Chairman, call upon the citizens of Northampton Township and all patriotic, civil, and educational organizations to observe the week of, in recognition of this event, to hereby proclaim the week of May 16th to 22nd, 2021 as Emergency Medical Services Week. With the theme EMS Strong, Ready Today, Preparing for Tomorrow, I encourage the community to observe this week with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. And I would just like to thank Jason and his organization, his leadership team, and his entire emergency medical services team for their service to Northampton Township. So we appreciate everything you do and happy to proclaim EMS Week in recognition of you guys. So thank you, Jason.
Thank you very much, Adam. I appreciate it. And thank you to the Board of Supervisors for the recognition. We're very grateful for that and happy to support the township. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you for your services.
Our pleasure.
Next, also this month in May is Police Recognition Week. And the Congress and the President of the United States have designated May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the week in which it falls as Police Week. The members of Northampton Township Police Department play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of the citizens of Northampton Township. I think everybody would agree that we have a top-notch, ultra-professional police organization led by Chief Steve LeCompte. They are second to none. They're phenomenal community service, phenomenal community police officers, and happy to proclaim Police Week also here in Northampton Township. So I would just like to say, now therefore I, Adam Selsker, Township Supervisor and 2021 Board Chairman, call upon the citizens of Northampton Township and all patriotic, civil, and educational organizations to observe the week of May 9 through May 15th, 2021 as Police Week, commemorating police officers, past and present, who by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to their communities, and in doing so have established for themselves an enviable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. I further call upon the citizens of Northampton Township to observe May 15th, 2021 as Police Officers Memorial Day in honor of those police officers who, through their courageous deeds, have lost their lives or have become disabled in the performance of duty. So happy to do that. Thank you again to our fantastic police department. We appreciate everything you guys do for us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Next, I'll turn it over to Frank O'Donnell for Public Works Week.
I have the pleasure of recognizing National Public Works Week. We have a proclamation describing what public works professionals do in our community and in others across the region. We're pretty fortunate to have an outstanding group of employees in Northampton's Public Works Department. As you drive around our community, you can see them working on a variety of projects, whether it's maintaining stormwater basins, fixing potholes, working on street lights, and many other issues. One of the things that I saw is particularly noteworthy is the tremendous job that they do with snow removal. This winter was really difficult, but our roads were quickly cleared as a result of many long hours of our employees on the roads. A real compliment to their work is people in our community and others know when they are entering or leaving Northampton right after a snowstorm, that they know that they are entering or leaving Northampton, period. During the summer, our public works staff will be busy ensuring that the township paves about 10 miles of our roads this year. I'm going to skip all of the formal whereases on the proclamation and just go right to the resolution portion. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Northampton Township Board of Supervisors do hereby designate the week of May 16th to 22nd, 2021 as National Public Works Week. We urge all of our people to join with the representatives of the American Public Works Association and government agencies in activities, events, and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions they make in protecting our national health, safety, and quality of life. Presented this 28th day of April, 2021, the Board of Supervisors of Northampton Township.
Some of the hardest working guys we know.
Yep.
Question about it. Thank you, Frank.
And all of them, the EMTs, the police, and the public works, they love cookies.
Who doesn't love cookies, right? Thank you. We do have public comment at this time. Bill, anybody in for public comment? I don't see any. Just
None at
double
this time.
Township.
Okay, well, we'll move right on to consent items then. And Frank, you're back for the approval of the minutes.
If there are no objections, I request that the minutes of the regular meeting of the Board of Supervisors.
The EMTs, the police, and the public works, they love cookies.
Thank you, Eileen.
Sorry about that. Some kind of glitch with the YouTube.
Okay, I'll try again. If there are no objections, I request that the minutes of the regular meeting of the Board of Supervisors on March 24th and the minutes of the special meeting on April 15th be approved by unanimous consent.
Okay, hearing no objections, approved by unanimous consent. Thank you, Frank. Accounts payable, Kim?
Yes, I have the bills list for April 14th, 2021. Total all funds, $3,685,027.39. I also have the bills list for April 28th, 2021. $922,479.35.
Hearing no objections, are approved by consent. Thank you. We're going to move on to new business. Just a quick reminder, if you'd like to make a public comment at the end of the meeting, now would be a great time to email in to publiccomment@nhtwp.org. Remember, please put your name and address in the body of your email so that you can be recognized. We'll move you over and turn on your microphone. If you would prefer that I just read your comment, feel free to send it to the same email and we'll do so. Thank you. So first, under new business, consider a resolution for Penndot traffic signal maintenance agreement. Eileen. You're on mute, Eileen.
Sorry.
There you go.
The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation recently updated its traffic maintenance manual, which outlines requirements for maintenance and operation of traffic signals in the Commonwealth. This new agreement policies will simplify the process to apply for permits to install or update traffic signals in our township. The new agreement must be in place prior to issuance of new or revised traffic signal permits. Only one agreement is required regardless of the number of traffic signals owned. The township owns, operates, and maintains 30 traffic signals and numerous school flashing warning devices. The application for traffic signal approval and permit has also been revised and streamlined. Submission of the form does not require a separate resolution of the board for installation or modification to signals or flashing warning devices. If we adopt a resolution when adopting the new traffic signal maintenance agreement. May I read the resolution, sir?
Please.
I move to adopt Resolution R 2113, authorizing the township manager to execute a traffic signal maintenance agreement with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation and to authorize the township manager to execute any future permit applications for the installation of new traffic signals, flashing warning signals, and any other traffic control devices requiring a PennDOT permit.
I'll second that.
Hey, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Anything further, Eileen?
No, sir.
Thanks, Kim.
Nope.
Frank?
Nothing.
Barry?
Nope, it's all good.
Nothing from me. Sounds like we're streamlining. So all in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Eileen. Next, we have an consider resolution authorizing short-term loans for some equipment. Barry?
Thank you, Adam. Bill, can you put up the list of all the equipment we're going to buy? So every year, the township seeks quotations for qualified lending institutions for short-term financing to finance equipment. Bill, if you could just show that screen what we're proposing to buy. This year, we're proposing to buy $450,000 of equipment over a 6-year period. We're very fortunate that we got an interest rate of 1.3913%. And the bank we chose was US Bank Corp, US Bank. So you get a very attractive rate. Adam, I'd like to make a motion if I could.
Please do.
I move that the Board of Supervisors adopt Resolution R-21-14, authorizing a 6-year capital loan obligation for $450,000 with US Bank Corp for the acquisition of capital equipment and a township capital equipment replacement program, and to authorize the township manager for a township finance director to execute all documents required in connection with the loan agreements.
Second,
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Anything further, Barry?
No, I mean, I think it's an important purchase for this equipment. We certainly need it. So, no, I think it's all good.
I just have one question. This is replacing equipment that has gone bad. Is that correct?
That is correct. These are all replacement parts, I think. No, even the trailer, yes.
Okay, and the ones that we are replacing, do we usually put them on Unibid or whatever that's called to see if we can get any cash for it?
Yes, we will be shortly listing the other vehicles that we are not keeping, that we are replacing for sale on Municipid.
Fuck, great.
You'll get that on a future agenda.
Okay, thank you. So it's not, so we are getting a little something from the used equipment. Okay, thank you. That's all, sir.
Thanks, Eileen. Kim,
Nope, everything's good.
Frank?
Fine.
My only comment is great interest rate, so it's a good time to get equipment.
Yep.
Thank you. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Before we get into reports, again, another reminder, if you'd like to make public comment, please email publiccomment@nhtwp.org. Put your name and address in the body, and we'll recognize you after our reports. So our first liaison report is Kim.
Yes. First, I just wanted to say a little thank you to everyone who was involved with our COVID-19 vaccine clinic. They vaccinated 347 people at our senior center. I just want to thank all our EMTs, our police, Dr. Lavelle, our fire marshal, and our police officers and Rite Aid and our senior center managers. It takes a village to get work done, but it was from what I've heard, it was a wonderfully run, very efficient vaccination clinic. So thanks for everybody. And now at the senior center, very soon, there's going to be some exciting news to share with the community. All members of the center will be receiving a booklet filled with information regarding a reopening date. So hang in there, it's happening soon. In the meantime, the senior center is holding a hanging flower basket sale on Thursday, May 20th from 9 to 3 with a rain date of Friday, May 21st. The sale will be conveniently located right in the parking lot of the center, and the baskets will be filled with beautiful, colorful assortment of flowers. The arrangements will be in 10-inch baskets for only $20. No pre-orders will be taken. Cash or checks will be accepted for payment. Plan to arrive early for the best selection. This event is open to everyone. Make sure to mark your calendars for Thursday, May 20th from 9 to 3. And now Parks and Rec. We all know Park and Rec offers quality programs year-round. Summer, however, is when the department is really hopping. This year will be no different. As a matter of fact, spring is just as busy and full of great activities. Many of you will be happy to know that Parks and Rec has coordinated a special discount for the flower show tickets. You will need to purchase and print them out, but online, and it is worth the $7 that you will be saving. The other discounted tickets being offered this year is for Maury's Pier in Wildwood. The information is on the Parks and Rec website. Mother's Day is right around the corner, and Parks and Rec will help you honor your mother. A Mother's Day photo frame will be on display for all to use in the municipal park near the amphitheater the week of May 2nd through May 9th, Mother's Day. Take mom for a walk and pose for a special photo, or take a picture of yourself, your children, your family, and use it as a keepsake or photo to give to your mom and grandma. Keep an eye out for the graduation photo frame coming in June. This year, Parks and Rec has teamed up with the police department to bring a bike rodeo to town for all children up to 12 who ride a bike. Mark your calendar for May 16th with a rain date of May 23rd. This special day will include safety and bike check, helmet fitting, maintenance tips, and giveaways. The event is free, but pre-registration is required to select your arrival time. Special thanks to the Bike Rodeo sponsors, Lynn Kelleher of Berkshire Hathaway, Bucks Transportation Management Association, and Guys Bicycles. The weekend of May 22nd is also the community yard sale. There are already more than 20 homes registered. If you've been cleaning out your house like many have been during the pandemic, you will still have time to list your yard sale with Park and Rec. Registration closes on May 14th. Lastly, the Summer Parks and Rec brochure is expected to be in the mail within the next week or so. The staff is working hard to schedule the many great programs and activities offered. Oh, and one more thing. I have been asked to mention that if you walk your dog in the park or around your neighborhood, you must pick up after it. We have gotten a large number of complaints this year about owners not picking up their dog's waste. The parks crew can't make it any easier for you. Bags are supplied at the park and trash cans are there as well. Not only is it unsanitary to leave the poo, it's against the law. There is an ordinance and it is enforceable with a $1,000 fine. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. Frank, you're up.
Just again, repeat my thanks to the great job that our public works staff has done over the year. And other than that, I have nothing further.
Thanks, Frank. Barry?
Sure, I just have a few items, Adam. So the Planning Commission is going to meet on Tuesday, May 11th to discuss a subdivision on Spring Avenue and also the Toner home development on Stoningford Road, which is going to be 9 single-family homes. That's going to be May 11th. And then just an update, the townhouses at Springville Country Club continue construction. They're being sold. I heard there's almost a 1-year lead time on that now. And of course, the Waverly subdivision in Holland, that's selling very briskly too. So a lot of activity with that. And then the only other thing that's happening in Holland, we have the Mill Race Inn property. That's for land development. That's going to consist of condos and an office for existing Mill Race Inn building. So that's all I have.
Thanks, Barry. Eileen? You're on mute, Eileen.
So unusual that I shut myself up. The library liaison report. The library is looking forward to being able to offer new programs and bringing back some old ones when the township opens. Please see the township website and the library website for when this will happen. In the meantime, the library board and staff are working to prepare for after COVID. The annual library appeal letter will be mailed soon, and please, when receiving it, remember the many ways the library staff worked to allow our residents to use the many library offerings, even though it was closed because of COVID. Curbside pickup, keeping in touch with Zoom programs for all ages, and being there to answer questions through our reference desk are just a few ways. When you get the appeal letter, show how appreciative you are and give a donation. Lastly, there are vacancies on the library board which need to be filled so they can work to get the library back on track with new and exciting programming. If you are interested in joining other residents who are committed to helping our library, please contact Lisa Russo at the township or go to the library website or the township website on how to apply. Something exciting is about to happen. Northampton Township was originally settled by English colonists who came with William Penn on the voyage to Pennsylvania. They named it Northampton after the county town of North Hampshire, England. Northampton Township was incorporated on December the 14th, 1722. To celebrate our 300th anniversary, planning has begun. We will be having events scheduled from September 1st, 2022 to December 14th, 2022. It is being designed to have a wide range of activities that will involve all Northampton, in its history, in community activities, historical tours and lectures, sports and recreation, a festival, and many fun events for all ages. We want to collectively honor our heritage and come closer together toward building a stronger community. Our first event is the Slogan Contest, where the winning slogan will be used in all Northampton 300 celebration publicity and commemorative items. There will be a prize of gift cards to Northampton Township businesses totaling $250. The contest is open to all current Northampton Township residents, and all entries must be received by the committee by August 15th, 2021. The contest rules, which you see up on the screen, will be published in our next newsletter, as well as on the Township website, Park and Rec website, library website, and Senior Center website. We need a slogan, and we need your help. Thank you, Bill. Lastly, I know that it has been already said, but being that vaccinating is so very important to me. And since vaccines became available, the township supervisors and staff have been working on helping our employees and our residents get vaccinated. I would also like to say something about our vaccination clinic. On April 22nd, Northampton Township, Rite Aid, Bucks County, and Health Department came together at the Senior Center for this clinic. It was a joint effort. Senior Center staff handling the calls to get everyone scheduled, our EMTs, our Fire Marshal, Frank Fenton, our Deputy Fire Chief, Rob Holmes, our Township Medical Director, Dr. Ken Lavelle, our police officers, Ryan Jumper and Marcus Wigler, the Rite Aid staff and pharmacists, and of course, our assistant manager, Bill Wirt. It was extremely well organized and efficiently managed. Thank you all for helping keep our community safe, because vaccinating is very, very important. Thank you. That's all, sir.
Thank you, Eileen. I just have a few quick things. First, as we talked about Emergency Medical Services Week this month coming up in May, I just want to remind everybody that the Trihampton Rescue Squad also has mailed out their subscription service. So I encourage everyone to make a donation to our emergency medical services. This is important funding stream for them, as it helps them provide the excellent service that we all talked about earlier today. These folks do a great job, and the extra donations really go a long way. And you do get some family benefits out of it. I don't know them all off the top of my head, but the flyer does a nice job of explaining it. So please take a few minutes, and if you can, spare a donation, it would be great. The other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is on April 27th, the Move Over, Slow Down law went into effect. And I'll just summarize that for you real quickly. What it requires is drivers, as you approach an emergency scene, if you see emergency lights and flashing on the side of the road, you're supposed to try to merge to the lane furthest away from them, if possible. If you can't do that, then you need to slow down to 20 miles per hour below the posted speed limit when you go by. And this is really done to protect our emergency responders and our first responders that are working out on the highway. You can't imagine the number of injuries and fatalities that occur to our first responders in highway accidents. It's really horrible. And in Pennsylvania, the first offense can be a fine of $500. So this is really a serious thing. So keep an eye out. It's not about the fine. It's about keeping our folks safe. So please do that if you can. Next up, our manager's report. Bob?
Two things. We are looking for seasonal employees for our summer camps, for our swim club, and for our maintenance crews, both in recreation services and public works. So if anyone is interested or knows anyone who might be interested in a summer job, you can contact the administration office or go to our website, and there'll be information there on those employment opportunities. I also wanted to let the public know that we will be opening our administration building to the public on May 11. We are currently working on some improvements to the front of the building. We're making repairs to the front walkway to eliminate some tripping hazards and to improve handicap accessibility. And we'll be doing some work in the building to improve building security in the months to come. So May 11 is our open date, and we're kind of looking forward to getting back to more normal operations. So that's all I have, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thanks. Bob, could you just comment real quick on the yard waste?
Oh, sure. I should have mentioned that.
It's okay.
We have, as the board knows, had numerous complaints about missed collections. It's been in both trash, recycling, and yard waste, but most of the calls are for missed yard waste collections. And we've had a number of discussions with JP Mascaro, who is our contracted trash collector. That contract expires at the end of next year, and we'll be looking to rebid that contract along with our partners, Upper and Lower Southampton Townships. They don't seem to be having the as severe of an issue as we do here in Northampton. In an effort to try and improve service, we are temporarily moving the collection schedule for yard waste to Saturdays. And Mascaro will be devoting resources to collect the entire township on Saturday of yard waste. What they think will happen is that frees up resources during the week so that they can improve their trash and recycling collection services. So we're going to try it for a 3-month period. We're going to see how it works. They will be starting this Saturday, May 1st. If you have yard waste that gets put out during the week next week, they will be picking it up. And Mascaro will be sending a flyer out to every household, letting them know about this temporary change in collection schedule. So we certainly hope it improves service, and we think it might, but we'll find out.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks for that.
Solicitors report. Hello, Joe.
Good evening. The only thing I have to report is that the record should reflect that the Board of Supervisors met in executive session 2 times since the last regularly scheduled board meeting in March. Those executive sessions were on Thursday, April 8th, and this evening, immediately prior to this evening's Board of Supervisors meeting. Present for both executive sessions were the 5 members of the Board of Supervisors, Township Manager, the Assistant Township Manager, Township Engineer, and me. Discussed during the first executive session on April 8th was a matter of potential litigation. No official action was taken during that executive session. No official action is required as a result of that executive session. As a result of that executive session, however, the board did meet in a special meeting that was held on Thursday, April 15, at which time the Board of Supervisors rescinded an award of bid, rejected all bids for the Richboro Sidewalk project, and authorized the rebidding of that project. This evening's executive session involved a matter of pending litigation. No official action was taken during the executive session, and no official action is required this evening as a result of that executive session. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Joe. Engineers report. Amanda.
Nothing tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Real quick, before we go to public comment, just wanted to kind of reiterate and call Bill Wirt out for really a phenomenal job, him and his team on the COVID vaccination site. I mean, not every community got one, so getting one is hard to do, and then pulling it off is even harder to do. You guys did a phenomenal job. I just wanted to jump on the train and say thanks as well. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you. I'll let everyone know.
And we do have one public comment, I believe, and that is Joe Johnson. Can you turn on Joe for us, Bill? And oh, hello, Joe. Can you hear me? We cannot hear you. Hello, Joe. Looks like your microphone is off.
It says its mic is on.
Yeah, it's not muted. Looks like you're good. Joe, can you hear us? All right, Joe, your microphone is muted again. Try to unmute it. We cannot hear you at all.
Try it again.
I don't think you brought Joe over. So. Hang on, Joe. We're going to try and bring you back over. Zoom is being fickle tonight. Want me to try, Bill? Can you hear us, Joe? Hello, Joe?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, there you are. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Chair.
Just real quick, your name and address for the record, and then you can have your comment.
Joe Johnston, 41 Grant Drive, Holland. So 2 items. One, I read it online that we recently received a couple of grants, and I would just like to know if there was a match for any of those grants and what the amount was. That's one question. And the second one was, I'm glad to hear that the administration building is working hard to open up for the public. And I'd just like to know if there's any time, date selected for when these board meetings will be made public again. My concern is this, is that under emergency situations, with COVID and stuff like that, the Zoom certainly filled the need. But, the reality is there's a lot of people in our township, mainly, elderly people who don't know how to use Zoom or don't, have a computer or the internet. So, they're kind of, they can watch the replays on cable, but they can't participate if they wanted to. And that's my concern. So, as soon as we get back to normal, the better. And I just, if there's any time frame for that.
Okay, thanks, Joe. I'm not sure which particular grants you were talking about, but Bob, if you do know and you can share, that's fine. If not, we can always circle back with Joe after the meeting just to find out which ones you meant.
Yeah, we have any number of grants that we've received in the last 3 or 4 years. We have not been awarded a grant, to my knowledge, recently. We just applied for several, but were turned down. So I'm not sure what Mr. Johnson is referring to.
All right, well, we can circle back and try to get some. As far as public meetings go, we're paying very close attention to the governor and how he will open up public spaces and the amount of people that can be in public spaces. We all would like to get back to public meetings. We want to make sure that we do it safely and effectively and in a way that we can actually conduct business. And so I don't think it's going to be that far into the future before we're able to do that. I can't predict, but I would guess not too many more meetings will be fully Zoom. I'm hoping that we see some relaxation as the vaccination rate continues to go up. But I will tell you that Pennsylvania, the whole east coast of Pennsylvania and most of New Jersey in our area is still red. There are still many COVID cases. There is still community spread, and we're watching that carefully. But I do agree and understand that we would like to try to get back to in-person meetings when we can do it safely. Thanks. I don't think there was any other public comment. So with that, and no other comment, let me just double check. I don't want to leave anybody out. No, thanks everybody. The